Hello everyone and welcome to the Author Hangout. These are live streams for kids and they're really bookish fun really when it comes down to it. And today is going to be so much fun because we've got the Billy B. Brown Dream Team joining us, which is very, very exciting. We've got Sally Rippin, of course, the author, and Aki Fukuoka, who is also the illustrator of Billy B. Brown. So I can't wait to meet them. So let's get the show started. It's time for the Author Hangout. Yes, we've been doing these author hangouts. I've been doing these author hangouts all week, and pretty much kids at the moment, they're either on school holidays or if they're in Victoria and parts of Melbourne, they're in lockdown. So we're just trying to give them a little bit of something, a little bit of bookish fun to distract them for a little while. And today is going to be the best episode ever. So kids, mums and dads, put your kids on the couch, get them watching, and make sure they get a pen and paper because Aki's going to show us how to draw Billy B. Brown very soon. But before we get to all that, I want to talk to my great friend, Sally Rippin herself, the mastermind behind Billy B. Brown, but also the mastermind behind the wonderful Polly and Buster. Sal, how are you going?
Hi. Good. A little guest here, special guest for today as well, because I figured if I couldn't be entertaining, I could count on Billy to do that.
No, you're always entertaining. Look, that's Billy. So can you lift Billy up just a little bit so we can make sure we... Oh,
see how
look at Billy.
Anyone who's been watching him grow, look, he's huge.
He's massive. And he's a King Charles. Is that King Charles Cavalier? Is that right?
Yeah, he's my riding buddy, and my lap keeps me warm and then reminds me to go out for a walk every now and then.
Awesome. Terrific. Well, Billy and Sally, it's great to have you on board today. And we're doing this all through the week, as I said. But the fun thing about these author hangouts this week is that they're Yabba themed. So every creator that I'm talking to has had a book nominated for the Yabba Awards, which is the Young Australian Best Book Awards. And this time round, Sal, I know you're across this, but I'm pleased to announce anyway that Polly and Buster has been nominated this year round. How exciting is that?
I am so excited. How excited I am because this book means everything to me. It's all the things that matter to me about friendship and so I'm so thrilled that kids have nominated this one, and yeah, that's an incredible short list. So it just feels amazing to be part of such an incredible. The Yabba Awards are the best. Children chosen, children pick the awards, they decide on the winners, and it's just a really, really lovely day. This time, I don't know if we'll get to meet in person, but I'm sure we'll be doing lots of fun things online. And you're doing a lot of great stuff with Yabba at the moment, Adrian. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully we can all keep in touch.
Yeah, Yabba is great fun. It gives kids a chance to talk about books and get excited about reading. And as you said, the shortlist is pretty amazing. Some great creators there on the shortlist, some great Aussie books, including, as we saw, Polly and Buster. So Polly and Buster, Sal, what is it that you think has excited the kids specifically about Polly and Buster? And why do you think it's made it to the shortlist this year?
I like to think it's because kids really matter about what goes on in the world. And they really care about things being right, and they care about people treating each other well. And, it can be really hard to write about these things without them feeling heavy or sometimes, like lessons or whatever, which is definitely not what I'm trying to do. So I tried to think about a way of how to put all these things in a story, but to fun. And so I created two characters that I love. So there's Polly the witch, who's really bad at doing spells, and we all know what it's like to fail at something and get up and try again. And then Buster, her best friend, who's a feelings monster, who feels things very keenly, and he gets very big when he feels happy and small when he's sad. So I like to think that there's a lot of comedy in there, there's a lot of magic in there, but hopefully I think the thing that kids are relating to the most is really seeing a kindness and about how standing up for what's right really matters. And that's why I hope Polly and Buster got on the list.
Absolutely. I think you're absolutely correct there. It's a terrific read and such great themes. And as we said, Yabba gives us a lot of endorsements or nominations of the great books that kids could be reading. And right now, all the shortlisted books are there for kids to pick up and take a look at, and hopefully they'll enjoy them. I'm sure they will. And then later in the year, they get to, as you said, Sally, they get to vote on their favourites. And there's a big award ceremony, and who knows how that will play out this year, but there'll still be an award ceremony, so it'll be pretty exciting. So it's great that kids get the chance to be involved in that. Now, the other thing is Billy B. Brown. Billy B. Brown has been nominated for so many Yabba awards. True or false, Sal?
Absolutely true. In fact, there's a lot of, not this one, this is a new one. I just happen to have this on my desk to just remind you who Billy B. Brown is. But no, Aki and I have been really thrilled to have lots of different Billy titles on the shortlist one year, and I have to check which year that was. Fortunately, it was a year when I was traveling, so to be there. But that's been a really lovely thing to have so many Billy titles on the Yabba shortlist in the past. And particularly as this year we celebrate 10 years of Billy B. Brown. So to think kids are still reading Billy today as they were 10 years ago feels pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Congratulations on 10 years. And new editions. New editions came out this year, which is exciting because I was thinking, oh no, it's all over. I won't get another Billy B. Brown. But 3 more came out this year. So that's exciting too. Now, Sal,
people down.
Well, Sal, I'm super excited about the 3 new editions, but there's other reasons why I'm excited, and that's because we've got Aki about to join us. She's the illustrator. Let's welcome her to the Author Hangout. Aki Fukuoka, how you going?
Hello, hi Adrian. Good, thank you.
Now, Aki's coming to us all the way from New Zealand because that's where she's based and that's where she does all her awesome illustrations. So it's great to have you on board, and thanks for joining us. And
Thank you for having me.
No, it's our pleasure. I think you're going to now, this is what we said at the start of the show. We want mums and dads and kids who are watching, make sure the kids have pencil and paper ready to go, because very soon they're going to get to draw Billy B. Brown, because Aki's going to give us all her top secrets about how to draw Billy B. Brown. So, and you know what? If you've got some suggestions like what Billy could be doing, just shoot us a comment. What would you like to see Billy doing? Aki, what have you never drawn Billy doing before?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I've done mini school visits, and I've done Billy on a pirate ship, Billy riding a bicycle. That was hard. I've drawn one Billy riding a dragon. That went off the paper. But I want to show you how to draw Billy. So if you make it hard for me, it's going to be hard for you guys to follow. Remember that.
That's good advice. So maybe no dragons or bicycles, but maybe kicking a soccer ball around, because we know she loves a soccer. But we'll see what comes through with suggestions. But yeah, make sure kids get your paper and pen ready. And of course, if you're not watching this live, if you're watching this on a pre-recorded version, that's okay. You can pause and play along with Aki's tips. But before we get to that, Aki, I thought it might be fun if you could take us through the evolution of the character. So what I mean by that, kids, is sometimes when you're an illustrator, you have to sort of come up with, you've got Sally's wonderful words and you have to come up with what the characters should look like. So how did that all work, Aki?
Well, 10 years ago, well, just over 10 years ago, I was contacted by Hardy Grant Egmont Publishing House, and they asked me to illustrate Billy B. Brown series. And I was still studying at postgraduate, and I was so excited. I really wanted the job, but they didn't actually have Sally's wonderful stories for me to read yet. They were still perfecting all the details. So they just told me the series is going to be about a girl called Billy B. Brown. She's about 7 years old, and she's bold and feisty and not particularly a girly girl. So those were the description I was given. And then I think I was given about a couple weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, to finalize the design. So I sent these 4 illustrations, followed these 4, and then the editor was like, oh, that's fantastic, keep trying. So I was like, okay, she didn't like any of them. So I sent her 4 more.
Maybe, right?
And then she's like, oh yeah, you're on the right track, but let's keep trying. So I was like, this is how publishing world works, eh? It's like sending your favorite girls to an audition and it gets turned down by the adjudicators. So I kept on sending them my favorite Billies that I thought was perfect. I actually quite like this one, actually. I called her my Mickey Mouse Billy because she has big eyes, big hair, short body, but the editor was like, no, let's try stretching her out a bit. So I kept going, tried different hairstyles.
Yeah.
And I think in the next one, I was trying out different outfits. I wanted Billy to be quite stylish because I like dressing up my characters. So we're getting a good idea. Then I had to start applying colors because the deadline was looming. And even though I haven't read the stories yet, I had to get the cover design. So I was putting Billy on a background, coloring her. And around this time was when I knew one of the book was going to be about Billy trying to be a ballet dancer and not being really good at it, but still having fun. So I tried this one. Even at this stage, we still haven't finalized. And after I counted today, 93 different versions of Billy, in 3 to 4 weeks, we landed on the final Billy, which is the next one, which we all love and know now. So that one was used for the cover.
93 different versions. Gee,
yeah,
I
counted. As I was sending you the illustration, I actually sat down today and I counted, and there were 93 Billies. So, yeah, 93 girls got turned down in the audition, and the final one. So she has to be the best one, best Billy.
She definitely is the best Billy. Sally can be very picky. Don't take it personally. That's just how she is.
It wasn't me. I wasn't involved. So I only saw the very end Billy, and I loved her straight away. And it's been the loveliest things about being the author of this series is that it had an idea in my mind of what the character would look like. But of course, it was actually Aki's work that brought her to life. And if you look closely, you can, in fact, the final Billy actually looks a lot like Aki. And I think that's what the illustration really put alive, is that really Aki put herself in it. And I think, Adrian, you probably find this too when you're writing, that you've got to be in your story somewhere. And obviously with illustrations, it's the same. Once Aki was really in her illustrations, that's what made them come alive. And I can tell you that writers and illustrators, they never get it right first time, do they, Aki? You've got to do lots and lots of drafts, lots of practice. And so if you're sitting down and you're 7 years old and you're trying to do this drawing and you don't get it right first of all, that's fine, because we all mess up so many times before we get the good one. Aki had to do 93 drawings, so it takes a while to get the one that's just right.
Absolutely, you've got to be persistent. So once you get the cover right, Aki, what's the next step in the process?
Then finally, I was given. Usually, the cover comes first, and then I get drawing the internal illustration, so the black and white illustration that goes inside the book. So when I do that, finally, I get to read Sally's wonderful stories given to me in a Word document, like a manuscript, and then the editor tells me where the pictures should be, which part of the story they need a picture, how big of the page it should take up, should it be half page or full page, and they give me some ideas as to, or maybe have her drawn from the side on. Sometimes they tell me, oh, there's a space during summertime, so give her a summery outfit. So those things I write down, and then I get to sketching.
Oh yes, okay. Let's have a look at some of your sketches. So, as we said, it starts with the cover, and we love. This is the 94th version of Billy right there, and we loved that one. So 94th time lucky. So well done, Aki. And
Thank
then
you.
the internals. So what are we looking at here?
This was me designing the character for Jack's cousin. So inside the story, many new characters appear, and in this particular one, Jack's cousins made an appearance. So I had to quickly do some sketches to come up with the cousins design and put them in the rough for that scene. We want diversity in all the characters, so I made them have different hair, different skin color, and I sent this to the editor. Of course, I always have to get approval of the editor to go to the next step. And then after I send that away, usually the editor put it into the page format to make sure it fits in the page amongst the text.
Oh yes.
And then this is when we realized that these cousins already made an appearance in the Hey Jack book. Hey Jack series is a spin-off series from the Billy B. Brown books.
Yes.
So they've already made an appearance. So I had to quickly adjust the designs of the characters, and also kind of fill up the bottom bit because it was kind of looking empty. So went back to the drawing board, perfected this rough, got it approved by the editor.
Yes.
And then I did the line work. I usually use pen, ink on paper for line work, but for the last 1 year, I started using iPad because I got on hold of an iPad. So this one I use an iPad, but for the first 20 books, I just use ink on paper.
So would you send that all the way from? Oh, you'd scan it? I suppose you wouldn't send it.
I'll scan it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Great.
iPad is great. My boys can't tear it apart. You know, it doesn't get chucked in the bin by accident. So it's much safer and it's much easier for me to just set up and put away. So, and then I add the grey shading, and that's a completed internal illustration.
That's
so
fantastic.
You can see all the different stages that go through from the rough to the final.
Yeah. No, that's correct. That's really interesting. So, kids who are picking up a Billy B. Brown and they're looking through, and it all looks seamless, and it's all all the pictures are in the right spots and everything. You probably don't even think about how much work goes into it and how you have to add extra legs and things like that, Aki. So that's great. Awesome.
There's usually like 18 pictures per book inside the book. So imagine doing that 18 times. Yeah. Takes a long time.
Yeah. I hope they didn't make you do all those 94 times as well.
No, luckily not.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. All right. Well, we thank you for sharing that with us. Now we have now obviously, as we've been saying, kids, make sure you get pens and pencils ready because we're about to do how to draw Billy. But before we get to that, we've got one more thing to do, and that is this.
Super fan question.
It's time for a super fan question. Now, let me grab that super fan question. And we just saw the amazing Billy B. Brown and Jack and the cousins there. And I think the super fan question relates to Billy B. Brown. Let me have a look. Oh, hang on. There's an extra shot there. A bit of a comparison. Okay. Here's the super fan question. Dear Sally and Aki, I heard an awesome rumor. The rumor was so awesome, I couldn't eat my ice cream. I just couldn't concentrate. Is it true that one day, maybe somehow, Billy B. Brown might be a TV show? Can that be true? Wow. From Stella, aged 8. Stella's pretty excited she can't eat her ice cream. That's no good. That's never happened to me. But what can you say?
Well,
can you give us an exclusive, Sally Rippin?
I can absolutely. It is well and truly confirmed that, yes, we are currently adapting the Billy B. Brown series into a television show.
Wow.
So at the moment, it is being by the friends Fiona Harris and Mike McLeish, who Fiona is one of the Moopers authors, and they also do the Drop-Off Show. And it's being produced by Creative 720 Fremantle Media. So actually, it's pretty exciting because I'm on board as a story consultant. We can't meet up at the moment like a lot of people around, but tomorrow morning, first thing, we're having a long day of workshops to talk about how we would turn something that only exists in a book and in illustration so into a full-blown TV show. So tomorrow and the next day, that's what I'll be doing all day. So you heard it here first, and we will keep you posted.
Yeah, we are right, on the cutting edge here with breaking news. So tomorrow, Sally and some writer friends get together and they try and turn these wonderful books, this wonderful series, into a TV show, which Stella and all the young fans will be able to eventually watch, which is pretty exciting. So I can't wait to see it. That's awesome. Awesome news all around. All right, so we've been promising this since we started the Author Hangout today. It's time for our Boredom Buster.
Boredom Buster.
And of course, the Boredom Buster is where Aki shows us all her top secret ways of drawing Billy B. Brown. So, kids, now's the time to grab your pen and paper and follow along with what Aki has got here. She's going to show us all her tips around drawing Billy B. Brown, and we might throw in a couple of suggestions as we go, Sal, just to make sure that Aki's not too comfortable, because she likes it when she gets a lot of feedback, and we might get her to do 94 versions actually before we finish this stream. So Aki, what should we start with? So the kids at home have got their pens and paper ready. How do we make a start on Billy B. Brown?
Well, this seems quite unimportant, but it's very important for me. I need to do a rough outline of Billy so that I know she fits on this paper. It's so easy for us illustrator. We love the face, we always like drawing characters' faces, and we draw them right in the middle. Then we realize, we can't fit the rest of the body inside the picture. So I make sure I draw a round circle. It's hard to see, but because I'll be doing the line work with a Sharpie pen.
Yes.
Just get a pencil. You can use crayons, pencil, anything you want, but I think pencil and eraser is always, forgiving because you can redo. So do a circle outline for the head, and Billy's body is about one head side. So one head down, and that's where her waistline is.
Oh,
and from the waistline, 1.5 is where her leg is about. So by doing this, I know she would fit in the paper. So I don't even need to draw anything. I just do 2 lines saying, this is where her waist is, this is where her legs are, unless she's, bending down or doing something crazy. So this should make sure that she fits on the paper. And from here, let's decide what hairstyle Billy should be having, because
yes.
I'm going to start drawing her head, and I need to know some details, because right now Billy's hair is just nothing.
Okay. So would you like a suggestion?
Pigtail?
A pigtail from Sal. I think that's a very good suggestion.
Awesome. Okay. Well, now
does she change her hair very often?
She changes her hair every day. So if the story inside the book is across like 3 days, then I make sure her hair changes every day.
I see. I'll be looking out for
So
that.
even though
Excellent.
Billy's not particularly a girly princess like you, she likes to be, she cares about how she looks. I think she's quite fashionable too.
Yeah.
So her head comes out. She's got a round cheek.
Okay. So you kind of make a sideways seagull there.
Yeah, that sounds quite right.
Thank you.
It's very hard to explain each shape and line, especially when I'm drawing myself too.
Yeah. So that'll become her cheek.
Chin.
And she's got a pointy chin.
Yes.
Yes. Nothing wrong with that. I've got a pointy chin. It's served me well over the years.
And she's got a little ear like that.
Oh, she's got a little ear on the end of her chin. All right, beautiful.
End of her, it comes up her jawline and her hair.
Like a little hook on the end there.
Yes. And I like to do a big outline of her eye, which it must be hard for you to see, but her eye does take up a big chunk of her head.
Big eyes, so nice big eyes, and sort of in the middle of that circle, Aki.
So imagine there's a line going across where it dents in, because that's where her eyeline is.
Okay, great.
I do like it's hard to explain, but it's almost like a lemon-like shape.
Okay.
Eyes.
Yep.
So, Adrian, one of the things I like the most about Aki's illustration style is that it's because Aki, you were born in Japan and you're a big fan of manga, aren't you?
Yes.
So
yes.
I love that. If you look at a lot of the manga drawings and a lot of anime, they often have those really big sparkly eyes like Billy does as well.
Yeah, the beautiful big eyes. Okay, great.
And there's this 2 tiny lines that comes out of her eyes. It's just where her eyelids go up.
Oh, yeah.
And she's got one eyelash, only one eyelash.
She's only got one eyelash.
She's got more, but as an illustrator, we have to simplify some bits and then exaggerate some bits. If I draw all her eyelashes, then it'll be too much information. We don't need it.
Sure,
so one's enough for her.
One's enough.
And let's make her look this way.
Okay.
2 big circles inside, looking this way.
The 2 big circles sort of fill up the eye quite a bit, don't they?
Yes. She's got big pupils.
Yep. She sure does.
And then I draw 2 little small circles. There, that's where the lights are reflected.
Oh, right.
And then
Okay.
I colour in outside the little circle, inside the pupil.
That immediately that makes it look like an eye with that little light reflected in it. That's fantastic. That's a good trick for kids if they're drawing their.
It's a good trick. If you draw any circle, draw another little circle. It just makes the eye look way more realistic.
Great. Okay.
And she's got a upside down U kind of nose.
She okay. An upside down U, little tiny nose, sort of just near the left eye.
And a
there.
little line coming off too. That's the bridge of the nose.
Right, that's the bridge of that's not a booger, that's the bridge of the nose.
No, booger will come downwards. This one's going up, so it must
I
be her
see.
nose.
That's where I'm going wrong. I'm drawing them up all the time. Okay, so we've got our nose.
Are you following me, Adrian?
I'm having a go here. Yeah.
So with her mouth, I like to draw a little. What is this called? Just a
Like a
arrow,
curvy triangle with one side
curvy
missing.
triangle with
All right,
one
I'm
side
gonna have a go at
missing.
that. It's like a pizza without a crust.
Yeah, without the crust.
Who needs the crust,
And
Aki?
below it. So this is a bit like the sideway crust, the wrong way, but that's her teeth.
Oh, okay, teeth up there. So sort of like a bit of a rectangle along the top lip there.
Yes. And this is under the
So Adrian, I reckon you should write poetry. Your mouth looks like a pizza crust. Your nose looks like-
Yeah,
So
no, it is romantic, isn't it? Yeah.
And then we close off the mouth.
Okay, close off the mouth. Beautiful.
And she's got 6 freckles, 3 on each side.
Oh, right. Okay. 6 freckles. Yep. That's looking good.
That's looking good. Okay, onto the hair. She's got an interesting hairstyle. She's got a huge, like a big V coming down.
She really does. I've never noticed that before.
Yeah.
She's thinning on the edges there. Okay.
Yeah. You know, when you draw 93 girls, I tried every type of hairstyle, and this is what we agreed on. So.
Fair enough. So your big V in the middle there. Oh, and then you've got another little strand coming out as well.
Yes, another strand.
Okay. Awesome. I can already recognize her actually.
And then imagine there's another shorter line that kind of stops halfway through her cheek and goes up. That's another strand there.
Okay. Halfway through a cheek and goes up. Yep.
And a longer one that goes almost around her chin area, and then you connect it to where the ear finishes off.
Oh, okay. Right. So she's sort of got a bit of a
Side
yeah,
here kind of.
yeah. Okay. Awesome. So now
And
we
this
have
is just to help you navigate her head shape. Just imagine, because it doesn't matter, we're going to color in her head black anyway, you won't see this outline. Just imagine she's got like a very round head.
Oh yeah, like a helmet.
It's just it's much easier to shape her head shape.
I see.
And from here sticks out her other strand. It's almost not mirror image, but it's the same thing that we draw on this side, but it's on the other side of her head.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Great. I wonder how the kids at home are going with this. They've got their strands
Really
coming out.
Hard character to draw.
Yeah, she is a fun character.
Jake is matched. Yeah, Jake is much simpler to draw, so Billy's a hard one.
Yeah. Okay. Looking good.
And she's actually got a very skinny, long neck.
Right. Skinny, long neck. Okay. I'm going to run out of room on my page, so that's. I should have looked
Even
at your
if you can
ratios.
draw the head of Billy, that's fantastic.
Great. So we got the neck.
And from here, we can choose what hairstyle. And Sally said pigtails. So let's draw 2 small pigtails.
Okay.
One on this side.
Sally's always wearing pigtails herself, so that makes sense. Now, Charlene Hall has emailed in saying her Billy looks a bit evil, has made a comment. So I'm sure
Maybe the eye was a bit like on the sharp angle, then Billy will look much evil, I think.
Yes.
Or if her eyes are more skinnier, she can look evil. The rounder the eye, feel a character can look more innocent and cute.
Right.
And let's not forget her eyebrows.
No, let's not forget them. So nice.
She's got tiny eyebrows. Yes.
Yes. Nice happy eyebrows. I like it. Very good.
And this is where computer's handy because we can just go black ink. But I'll just use, you can use your felt tip pens or pencil or anything. I'll just try
Just
quickly
fill it in.
up with my, yes, fill in.
Do you want to look at mine while you're filling in?
Yeah, please. I'm very interested to see what you've come up with. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Awesome. Really good. You've probably seen Billy a few times, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, bit of filling in there. Oh, this is some great filling in. Do you want to see how I'm going?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mine's amazing too. Don't worry about that. There's mine there. She's
Good.
Oh, wow.
I'm
she's so
struggling with
cute.
the hair a little bit, but apart from that, we're okay.
She's so cute.
I wonder what the kids at home, how they're going. Hopefully they're doing really well, and they've come up with a whole new cover for Billy, a whole new adventure that perhaps they can
yes,
go away
please.
and write a new story. That would be awesome.
You can all help me just draw the next covers for Billy.
That's right.
I need all the help.
Adrian, I'm wondering if people who are watching, if they've got kids drawing along, if they can send some of their drawings in, and if we could share them on your page, maybe over the next weeks or something.
That would be awesome.
And are you allowed to share any of your pictures up there too, Aki, so they can have a look?
Oh, yeah, sure. I think this is my first time that I broke down how to draw Billy in such a detailed, slow way. So this is great.
Yeah, so definitely.
I like drawing in some flyaway here, there, just like little bits of hair that just she couldn't tie up.
Yeah, awesome. And then you've got your Billy head. And is there a trick to the Billy body?
Yes, she's got very narrow shoulders, almost narrower than her head. So
narrower than her head.
Yeah,
that's like
the broader the shoulder, I think, makes a character look older because the bigger we get, our head gets smaller, compared to the overall proportion of our body. So her shoulders are that's where they end. But before I keep drawing her, maybe we need to decide what she's wearing because right now she's naked.
Right.
We need her in some sort of outfit.
Okay. Well, what should she be wearing? Well, that's a very good question, and it's a very difficult question. What has she never worn before? Maybe like a scuba outfit?
Scuba outfit.
Tuxedo?
Tuxedo. That would be cool. She's like a bit of a spy. That would be fun.
Tuxedo.
Let's put her in a tuxedo. I love it.
So that means she'll be wearing awesome. That sounds great. What should she be holding something or?
Oh, what should she be holding?
A stick. Oh no, that's not a tuxedo, man. Not a
bunch of flowers.
Bunch of flowers. Okay, that sounds. Sally, you are great. Okay.
There's a reason why she's the author.
Yes. So it's a tuxedo. Okay, let's draw a big V.
Oh yes, big V.
Big V.
And we need
draw
the lapels.
first collar, yeah.
Yep.
If I'm drawing tuxedo wrong, it's because I've never worn one before. So if it's wrong, it's if I've never drawn something before, I usually research, but this is just freehanding. So
You're doing very well.
and small one here.
Yep.
Actually, what is
Awesome.
she wearing underneath? I'll just give her. She's bit of a casual style. She's just wearing a t-shirt underneath. So just draw.
She's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's cruisy.
Yeah, that's right. She's cruisy.
She's cruisy. I like to define her waist, but I want her arm to be where I drew her waist. Imagine that's where her waist is. I want to draw her hand first because her hand is on top of her waist. So it has to be drawn first. So this is a bit of a hard one because usually we like to draw the body and then draw the hand on top afterwards and erase out the line. So you can do that if you've got eraser, but because I've got a pen, I can't do erasing. So I'll just draw her hands now where I think where it's going to go. So that's her thumb, a little circle, and maybe.
Oh, I like it.
1, 2, 3, 4 hands, 4 fingers. I mean, so it's like resting on her waist. Yes, bananas.
Awesome.
And 2
little shoulders.
Little shoulders.
Yep. Awesome.
And as you draw her arm, always look where her hand is because we are connecting the hand to the shoulders. So try not to go too, away from the hand, or else you're going to have a very long arm.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking 2 lines there. And you can make creases because, it's made of clothes.
Great.
How are we going? Am I going too fast?
No, you're going well. We've got the head's our most important part. So
yes, that's true.
We can zoom through the body if you like there, Aki.
Awesome. So 2 lines for the waist.
Yep. There we go. More
like a suit. How do I make it into a tuxedo? Maybe add frills?
Yeah, I'm buying it. I think it's a fancy one, this one. This is the sort of like my dad's one that he got married in. I like it.
Because I don't want it to be just a suit,
No, it's fair enough. She's very stylish. We know that.
Yes.
And she's going to be, to finish it off, she's going to be holding a bunch of flowers, which is beautiful.
Bunch of flowers, yes. So, like drawing hands, I always draw whatever she's holding in the hand before I draw the arm. I noticed a lot of young illustrators, they like to draw the arm first. But what that does is then you realize, I want the hand up close to the face, but the arm is not reaching there. It's easier to draw where you want the hands and the object first.
That's a great tip. So kids, draw the object first and then put the hands in after. Is that what you're saying, Aki?
Yes. Yes. Sorry, I'm drawing and talking at the same time, so I'm not.
No, that's a good tip. It's a great tip.
Draw the object, draw the hand, then connect it with the arm.
Great. Awesome. Looking good.
And I'll just quickly draw her pants.
Sure.
So as I said, she's got very long legs.
Not on mine, she doesn't.
If you measured out your page right.
Which I didn't.
She looks very good
on your paper.
We're just missing her feet there, Aki.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. So what do we do with the feet? Oh, cool. Okay, so we just do a little one going to the left
front.
and one facing front. Awesome. Well, how good is that?
Yeah.
That looks fantastic. Well done. Thank you for that. How cool. She's even got a couple of butterflies there
She
too.
looks amazing.
That's great. Well done. And I hope the kids at home, I hope
So
you've had a go. I hope you've had a go. And yeah, as Sally said, please send us your versions of Billy. We'd love to post them and put them on and have a look at them and see how you've gone. Sally, how did you go? Did you do any more, or did you quit while you were ahead?
A bit of a go. I was kind of trying to get Billy off my lap at the same time.
Yeah, it's tricky, trying circumstances. I had a bit of a go too, but I ran out of room. Her legs are a little bit shorter than they need to be. But Aki, you're a star. Thank you so much for showing us and all the kids at home how to draw Billy B. Brown. That was awesome. Thank you. Fantastic.
Thank you.
So I should say thank you to you both, because it's been great to have you joining us here on the Author Hangout today. And congratulations on 10 years of Billy B. Brown and the new books that have come out. How cool is that?
Exciting.
Thank you.
So
We're pretty excited.
And also, we're also very excited about the TV show that's coming soon too, which Sally gets to work on tomorrow. So make sure you look out for that in the not too distant future. So thank you so much, Aki. Thank you so much, Sally, for joining us today. And tomorrow on the Author Hangout, we have Michael Wagner and Jane Godwin. So that'll be interesting. They're also Yabba. They've also created some Yabba nominated books. So I can't wait to catch up with them. But for today, thank you, Sally, and thank you, Aki. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.